welcome to the Sport for Business Daily. It's an exciting Friday morning ahead of a weekend where we will see a return to top flight rugby. Leinster will take on Munster in the Aviva Stadium on Saturday, followed by Ulster taking on Connacht on Sunday. One thing that links all four of those together is the sponsorship of Bank of Ireland. And I'm really pleased to be joined this morning by Paula Murphy. She's the Head of Strategic Sponsorship and Corporate Social Responsibility at the bank. You're very welcome, Paula. Thanks a million for taking the time to join us ahead of a busy weekend.
Yes, looking like yourself, Rob, really looking forward to the return of top flight rugby. Teams have been in their bio bubbles, a phrase I learned during the week, and are really looking forward to returning back and playing, albeit not in front of crowds, but nonetheless delighted to be running out at the Aviva Stadium and playing again. And I think we're all really looking forward to that.
We'll have the TV cameras there. We'll have the brand new Leinster kit that was revealed during the week as well, with Bank of Ireland across the front. It's the same with all four provinces. And we've seen a teaser campaign going out around the fact that the bank is going to be doing something this year akin to what you did last year in support of all four of the proud provinces in rugby. Can you share a little bit about what we might look forward to over the weekend?
Yes, you're right. We've had a teaser campaign running for the last couple of weeks. Let's begin again, really playing into both, obviously, Bank of Ireland's brand idea of begin and the fact that provincial amongst you will have seen hashtag never stop competing in the corner of those out of home campaigns. And that represents Bank of Ireland's new sponsorship platform. We're launching that, as you say, tomorrow with the return of Leinster versus Munster in the Aviva, hotly anticipated. We'll be launching that with a TV ad. We'll have out of home, digital, social, all you might expect in a full 360 campaign. We've been working on it for quite some time, as you can imagine. It's not the sort of thing that happens in a hurry. It was due to be launched a bit earlier in the year, but of course we had to pivot, to use the vernacular, and bring it out a little bit later and work through creating it as we lived through the pandemic.
And we will have TV cameras on display in the Aviva. Obviously, no crowd, as you correctly point out. But the out of home, the posters, they've been appearing, over the last couple of days, and we'll be seeing them in full. They're all very specific to each of the provinces as well. Is that right? Yes.
Well, Bank of Ireland sponsors all four provinces, and we've been a proud supporter of rugby in Ireland for many years. So we've been working hard to think about how we could showcase our support even more than perhaps we did last year. And we've been working with the provinces very closely. We've been working with our creative partner agency Ringers to really come up with something that will work for all the provinces individually, but would also work for us as a bank sponsoring all four provinces together. And that is where Never Stop Competing has come from. It celebrates, if you like, Rob, the competition that exists within our four provinces, and that they reference themselves and that everyone references as how they have all been improving and really raising the bar, whether it be individual players, whether it be the provinces themselves, whether it be the fans, the backroom staff. They all compete with one another, and that's okay, because competition is a good thing, and Bank of Ireland is supporting that competition and the great results that come from it. So that is essentially the campaign and sponsorship platform we'll be launching tomorrow.
It has been an incredibly tough 5-6 months, both in sport, in business, in society, in every aspect of our lives. How has the bank been able to activate the partnership, because it goes deeper than sponsorship, that it has with each of the provinces? Because the provinces, as with other sports clubs across the wide spectrum of sport, have been kept active, maybe not on the pitch, but certainly in their communities and in a whole host of different ways, on social, in social, all sorts of different things. How has the bank, supported that over the course of the last few months?
Oh, there's been a huge amount of work going on behind the scenes. And I mean, anyone who follows rugby will have seen it from players and so on, but right the way through to particularly the people that we would deal with, which are the commercial teams. So you can imagine they've been exceptionally busy. And they have been constantly looking for ways to be able to give back to their sponsors. We've done quite a number of webinars, for example, with coaches and staff around the provinces, talking to our own customers about resilience, managing teams from home, mental health and so on. So they've been doing a lot of work in that area. And really, I suppose what the bank has been trying to do has been to support them, to acknowledge that we are a long-term partner. We've been a long-term partner. We'll continue to be that. We're continuing to support. We kind of stood back to give them their space. And we've continued to work with them now in the development of this particular platform, which we think is going to be a great help to them all into the future. But so that is essentially what we've been doing. We've been continuing on the close working relationship and partnership and trying to find ways to deliver value both to the provinces and to the bank in these very difficult times.
And of course, all the way through to the consumers at the end of it as well, who are fans as well as whatever else they are in their lives. There is a sense that long-term commitment is something which has been one of the most important pillars that sport has clung to throughout this. And research which shows that consumers are definitely going to support those brands that have stood by sport, and vice versa, brands that walk away might feel the wrath of customers as well. The sort of sense of responsibility. I mean, the sponsorship relationship is very much about, a transfer of value in exchange for cash. We'll give you these assets and things like that. But this has potentially deepened the relationship even further because you've gone deeper into the ways in which you can work together with the ultimate end goal of being good for all. Do you think, is it something that has changed that nature of the strategy around sponsorship?
Rob, it hasn't, and I'll tell you why. Because we've always had really, really good relationships with our rights holders, with our provincial rugby partners. And I'm a great believer, and I think anyone who works in sponsorship and who really places a value on it would say the very best sponsorships are a partnership. The very best sponsorships have good relationships between all parties with respect on all sides for what everyone is trying to achieve. And I think that the reason why we've managed to develop a sponsorship platform and a creative execution in the middle of lockdown is testament to the fact that we have those relationships and we have those partnerships. So it probably has strengthened them, and it has made them even more valuable, but they were in a very good place before we started. And I think that has helped us enormously on both sides of the fence. And it's feedback we've gotten from all our provincial partners that they've welcomed the process that we've gone through to get to here. It has felt very inclusive. It has felt very respectful. It has felt as if we are trying to really, really understand what they are trying to achieve. And in the same way, they're trying to understand what we're trying to achieve. And whilst they're all trying to achieve different things and in different ways, the competitive aspect of what they're all about, their desire to build their own local community, their own local tribe, really, really ties them all together. And those communities are our communities as well in the bank. So, we have partnerships with our provincial partners all around the country that are actually deeper than the partnership I might have with the guys in Munster or the guys in Connacht. So there are relationships right the way up and down through the bank and the provinces that have stood to us in this time, and that will continue, I think, to stand to us, because that's really what sponsorship, to my mind, is all about. It's all about working together for shared goals.
Very well said, and undoubtedly well meant. I speak to each of the 4 provinces, all of them members of Sport for Business on a regular basis. We've been speaking on a bi-weekly basis all the way through this and finding ways of working together as well, some of which will be evident over the weekend, more in time. We're looking at working with them on a webinar as part of a new change series that we're going to do in October. So it'd be great to be able to include Bank of Ireland in that, in terms of how you help to link them all together as well. Looking at this weekend, the campaign is going to include a new TV treatment as well as the out of home. We'll get to see that for the first time on Saturday evening. How deep is that going to run over the course of the coming weeks and months? Because you've been advertising quite strongly with the whole Begin Again motif and the campaign around all the different aspects. But this time last year, rugby really came to the fore for the first time in terms of central marketing. Is it going to be the same again?
Yes. So this time last year, you'll have seen us, very much focused on the fact that the provinces were playing into the team heading off to Japan, and we were showcasing that. This time, we've gone a good bit further in terms of celebrating the provinces and what they're going to be doing and what they do in their own local communities. It's rugby is an absolute pillar for Bank of Ireland, has been for a long time, and this is now our opportunity to really showcase the support that we have. So you'll see what you might expect, a large campaign, but I wanted to probably emphasize, Rob, that it's not a campaign. So it's not 6-week burst and then we'll be gone again. This is the start of a whole new sponsorship platform and sponsorship strategy for Bank of Ireland in conjunction with the 4 proud provinces. And so it's bigger than what we did last year, because last year we were delighted with it and the provinces were delighted with it too, and fans. But this year we are, as you say, Rob, going deeper and making something that's far more strategic, sustainable, long-term. And that's what makes it so exciting.
It does sound exciting. It all gets underway this weekend. We will have the campaign live on Sport for Business on Saturday night. Sure, what else would we be doing other than sitting at home and watching it on the television? And we'll put it up live on the website. It'll be in the Daily Digest on Saturday morning. I'm really looking forward to following this with you every step of the way over the coming weeks and months. Thanks a million for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you very much,
best of luck over the weekend.
Thank you very much, Rob. Lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much and take care.